A very good day to you. I'm Hank Gross, Mid-Hudson It's Thursday, July 20th. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run. Police in the village of Warwick Wednesday afternoon shot and killed a dog after it attacked a 7-month-old baby's head and face and then attacked the infant's mother, pinning her to the floor and biting her neck. The incident occurred on a covered porch attached to the house. During the scuffle, a tiki torch was knocked over, setting the porch on fire. Warwick firefighters quickly extinguished the flames. Warwick Town Police rushed the baby over to St. Anthony's Hospital in Warwick and later transferred her to Westchester Medical Center in Valhalla. Her mother was transported to Garnett Health Medical Center in the town of Wallkill with serious injuries. 3 officers were treated and released from St. Anthony's with minor injuries, police say. During the attack, police deployed a taser, causing the dog to release the mother's neck. The dog then turned its sights on the cops who shot and killed the animal. Police did not disclose the breed of dog involved in the attack. 2 buildings used for storage at the Orange County-owned Camp LaGuardia property in Chester burned last night. The 3-alarm fire was investigated by the Orange County Sheriff's Office and Chester Fire Department. Several youths found on the property that spans the towns of Chester and Blooming Grove were interviewed. One of the 2 buildings involved partially collapsed. The incident remains under investigation. The New York Metropolitan Transportation Authority yesterday approved toll increases to go into effect on August 6th and fares that go into effect on August 20th. The good news for riders of Metro-North Railroad west of the Hudson River is that fares will be frozen for the Pascack Valley and Port Jervis lines. Metro-North and Long Island Railroad will continue the fare discounts that initially debuted in February 2022. Fares will increase on Metro-North's east of Hudson lines, Hudson, Harlem, and New Haven. State Controller Thomas DiNapoli has issued a report that says the state's deficit could climb to $36 billion by 2027 if lawmakers don't change their fiscal policies. Governor Hochul's budget team says the deficit will reach $20 billion by 2027, which DiNapoli says is a figure based on issuing current reserves. Speaking in the Hudson Valley on Wednesday, DiNapoli does not support the governor's plan.
What they're factoring out are the reserves that we have, and our position is you shouldn't be spending all the reserves to balance the out-year gaps. You really should have the fiscal discipline to make sure your spending decisions are aligned with your revenue.
DiNapoli's deficit report says the deteriorating fiscal outlook is rooted in several factors, including anticipated revenue declines from a weakening economy and a volatile stock market and increases in recurring spending. More news right after this.
Find over 100 retailers allowing you to spend hours shopping safely at the Galleria at Crystal Run. Enjoy the big brands and the diverse selection of family-owned stores all in one location. The Galleria at Crystal Run offers dining options for everyone with Fuji 110 Grill, Allen's Mediterranean Grill, and Peru Cuisine. Discover the Mid-Hudson Valley's premier shopping, dining, and entertainment destination, the Galleria at Crystal Run. For more information, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or visit GalleriaCrystalRun.com.
Congressman Marcus Molinaro's legislation, dubbed the Schools Not Shelter Act, would prevent schools from being turned into shelters for undocumented immigrants sent into communities by large urban areas. The freshman lawmaker expected the measure to be adopted in the House of Representatives last night. It has no Senate sponsor at the moment. Molinaro was prompted to draft the measure following New York City Mayor Eric Adams' transfer of immigrants from the Big Apple, a self-proclaimed sanctuary city, to other parts of New York, including the Hudson Valley.
A failure to plan by the president, the governor, and the mayor is a plan to fail. And we've seen it fail in the state of New York. The imposition of New York City on upstate counties has resulted in Democrat-led and Republican-led counties making it abundantly clear that without coordination, without communication, that the city of New York certainly cannot impose its challenge on counties that are overburdened and don't have the resources to respond appropriately.
Months ago, Mayor Adams sent asylum seekers to Orange, Dutchess, Rockland, and Westchester counties. All but Westchester have been fighting the move in the court system. A 42-year-old woman who fell into the Fishkill Creek on Tuesday night died at the hospital, according to Beacon City Police. The woman had fallen into the creek just upstream from the dam near Main and East Main Streets in Beacon. The woman had been with her daughter on the banks of the creek when she fell down a 15-foot embankment and landed in the storm-swollen Fishkill Creek. The daughter called 911 and first responders rushed to the area where the victim had fallen. Beacon firefighters recovered the woman just upstream from the dam and pulled her from the water. She was unconscious and unresponsive as life-saving efforts were initiated. She was taken by ambulance to Montefiore St. Luke's Cornwall Hospital in Newburgh, where she succumbed to the injuries. Smaller towns in Putnam and Dutchess counties suffered substantial storm damage as a result of the recent rains, according to Senator Rob Rolison. The senator's district includes Paulding in Dutchess County and Putnam Valley in Putnam County.
These things can happen, and we're seeing it sometimes more frequently. So not only do we have to rebuild, we've got to build better. We have to build resiliency into this infrastructure.
Senator Rolison and Assemblyman A.J. Beefan are hoping that Governor Hochul will come to assess the damage, as she's done in Orange County. A 35-year-old Middletown man was sentenced in Orange County Court Tuesday to 22 years to life in prison in connection with convictions for having repeated sexual contact with a child. Cecilio Navarro, also known as Cecilio Navarro Rodriguez, was convicted by a jury of predatory sexual assault against a child and 2 counts of rape. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run.